Hello and welcome to Tech Deals. Are you looking for the very best laptop that you can buy today for $1,000? Stop, you have come to the right place. This is the Acer Aspire VX 15.6-inch Full HD laptop computer, and it is one of the best deals in terms of price to performance on the market today. Now, I've covered many laptops on my channel in the past, ranging from multiple thousands of dollars down to just a few $100s. This is a very nice top of the middle road solution that will cover most people's needs in a computer. Do you want to play games, edit videos, edit images, multitask, browse the web, even do advanced stuff like 3D animation? Do you want to be able to basically do anything you do with a desktop computer, but in the convenience of a 5-pound laptop? Well, then you definitely have come to the right place. The features and abilities in this are very, very nice. Now, I am going to talk about this machine and its technical specs in detail, but let me just say, when it comes to non-gaming tasks, you can do no better than this machine. This has the very top of the line chip from Intel, their latest 7th generation i7-7700HQ processor. It is a true quad-core processor with 8 threads. Very nice CPU, up to 3.8 gigahertz. What that essentially means is that compared to a desktop machine that has an i7, the very fastest of the i7 desktops you can buy, this is within about 20% of the performance of the best desktop i7s. It is an incredible performer for CPU-bound tasks such as video editing, video rendering, etc. Now, as far as gaming goes, it's more middle of the road. It has NVIDIA's GeForce GTX 1050 Ti 4GB GDDR5 dedicated graphics chip in it. Now, that's a mouthful, but what it essentially means is that it has enough performance to play all current games at about 60 frames per second at medium to high detail. Let me give you a few examples. Grand Theft Auto 5, high detail, over 60 frames a second. Overwatch, high detail, way over 60 frames a second. League of Legends, sure, like 150 frames a second. But even games like The Division, which are much more challenging than GTA 5 is, still plays at 60 plus frames per second at medium detail. Now, I said medium to high. Some games will play at high, some will play at medium. If you are a hardcore gamer and you want the best of the best gaming performance, you do have to spend more money. You're going to spend in the $1,300 to $1,600 range to get a similar laptop to this. I've covered them before, with a 1060 or a 1070 graphics chip, and those will perform better in games. But don't sell this short. Every game I have played has some setting, usually medium or high, that will provide over 60 frames per second average performance at great quality. It's a very nice value for the money. Now, connecting the awesome CPU and the very good quality graphics chip, you have this beautiful screen. This is a 15.6-inch Full HD 1080p IPS or M-plane switching screen. That's important. That means viewing angle and color reproduction are gorgeous. Now, how this looks depends a little bit upon what device you're watching this on. But what I'll tell you is this. I've tested $200 laptops. I've tested $1,500 laptops. This has a $1,500 laptop screen on it, not the $500 laptop screen. This is gorgeous. The colors are sharp. The image is sharp. The brightness is good. It is a beautiful, beautiful screen. Frankly, one of the best laptop screens I've ever looked at. It's right up there with the very, very best of them. In addition to the excellent processor, graphics card, and screen, this system comes with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 system RAM. I'm very pleased to see that as standard. 16 gigabytes is enough for this machine. It's enough to do video editing. It's enough to multitask. It's enough to play any game on the market. You really don't need to mess with it. I'm very happy to see that they're now including 16 gigs because this system really will use it, and that is a very nice thing to have. In addition to that, storage. 256 gigabytes of solid-state drive, but not just any. This has an M.2 NVMe Intel solid-state drive. Very fast. One of the fastest I've tested. Now, I've tested SSDs in other laptops before, and they're all fine. This is a cut above the others. Very, very quick, over 1 gigabyte per second read speed. Very, very nice. Now, it does come with the usual accompaniments of a laptop computer. You have a webcam, an SD memory card reader, multiple USB ports, a key locking port over here, an HDMI out to plug into an external monitor or television, and a USB 3.1 Type-C port on the side. It's the new mini reversible compact lightning type connector. It's not a lightning connector, but it looks like it. It's the new standard in USB, so this thing really does have the latest and greatest in technology. Battery life? Battery life is very nice. I've had this running for about 2 hours now. I've actually been filming the bumpers to each of the videos. When you watch Windows Performance and you watch First Boot and Windows Update, you're going to see me for the first time. Usually I do that starting out full screen with a voiceover. I've been filming all the bumpers for this. I've already tested everything on this machine. I'm filming this last. The game videos, all already filmed. So this has been sitting here for several hours running the Heaven Benchmark 4.0, as you can see right here. We are on battery. It is not plugged in, and it is still doing very, very well. That being said, when you're playing games, if you are not connected to a power outlet, you are not going to get 5 hours out of this laptop while you're playing, say, Grand Theft Auto 5 or Battlefield 1. You really will need to be plugged in for those to get any extended gaming session. However, if you're just browsing the web and watching YouTube videos, you should easily get 5 hours out of this machine on the battery. It also includes the latest and greatest AC Wi-Fi, and I have tested it using my local Wi-Fi router, and I got over 450 megabits per second. The built-in Wi-Fi is really, really nice. It's not gigabit speed, but it's awfully close to 50% of it, which for most people is actually plenty. Now, it does have a wired gigabit Ethernet port if you want to physically plug a cable into it, but the Wi-Fi is excellent in this machine. We also have a dual function headphone microphone jack, so you can plug in a set of headphones if you don't want to use the included speakers while you're gaming, which I recommend because frankly the included speakers are decent, but there's nothing special. Frankly, I've never actually used a laptop that had great speakers. So if you want to know some of the negatives, well, the speakers are laptop speakers. They don't have a deep bass response because there's no room for a subwoofer. They are what they are. Use headphones if you're serious about playing games on this. Heat and noise. Heat and noise are always something to be concerned about with a laptop. First of all, let me talk about the heat. The exhausts for the laptop are on the back. The heat comes out of the back and the bottom. Now, if you're actually going to play games, you'll want some kind of hard surface to put this on because the bottom of the laptop gets warm. If it's on your lap, it's going to get really, really hot. It does not get hot when you're just in Windows. If you're browsing the web, watching YouTube videos such as this, that does not remotely get hot at all. Gaming, yeah, it does. Fan noise. Yeah, the fans are audible when you're playing games. Extended gaming sessions, the fans are definitely audible. There are 2 fans in here. They both exhaust out the back on the edges, but they do exhaust directly back. And yes, the air is quite warm coming out of this machine. If you're gaming, it needs to be on some kind of hard surface, either a lap board or a desktop or something that lets air circulate underneath the machine. I mentioned the speakers before. Headphones, that's what headphones are for. If you put headphones on, you'll never hear the fans. But if you're gaming while not wearing headphones, you're going to hear the machine. But in fairness to this computer, let me say, all of the top-end gaming machines with dedicated graphics chips have that problem. The MSI and Asus Republic of Gamer machines that I reviewed over the past 2 months or so, they have a 1060 and a 1070 respectively. You can hear those fans as well when you're gaming. The only type of machines that you aren't going to hear the fans when you're gaming are the lower-end $500 laptops, such as the Acer Aspire $550 machine, but you certainly won't be playing Grand Theft Auto 5 on that at 70-ish frames per second at high detail. The laptop itself weighs about 5.5 pounds. That's very reasonable for what this machine is. That weight, unfortunately, does not include the big power brick, which is larger than I like to see, but it is what it is. Now, this is 1/2. There's a power cable that goes to a wall, and this probably weighs about 1/2 pound itself, so the laptop plus the power brick is about 6 pounds. Having said that, the laptop itself is about 1 inch thick when the screen is closed, and it is a relatively portable machine if you want to travel for work, school, or fun. If you are playing in a dark room, not to worry, backlit keyboard, and it is a very nicely lit keyboard as well. The WASD keys are lit differently to make it easier to find your direction keys when gaming in the dark. And one very nice feature of this machine is that it does have room to add a 2.5-inch drive, either a hard drive or a second SSD. It does not, however, come with the kit that lets you install it. You need a bracket drive install kit. Not to worry, Acer will provide one upon request. You simply have to contact Acer's customer service, provide them the serial number of the machine, and they will send you out a 2.5-inch drive installation kit. So if the 256 gigabyte solid state drive is not enough for you and you want to add either more SSD space or a less expensive hard drive, you can buy a 1 terabyte drive in the $50 to $60 range. Make sure you get a 2.5-inch laptop, not a 3.5-inch desktop. You can add that to this machine. It'll add maybe 1/4 pound of weight to it. Those drives are very power efficient, so it's not going to hurt the battery life too much, but it will give you a lot of additional space for a reasonable price for your larger games if storage is an issue for you. All in all, my verdict on this machine is that for $1,000, it's an incredible value for the money. The graphics chip is not the fastest you can buy, but it's just about the fastest you're going to buy at this price point with these features. As I said towards the beginning of this video, you can absolutely spend more money to be able to set the details way up to ultra and play everything perfectly, but you'll spend a lot more money to do that. The $1,600 Asus Republic of Gamers laptop that I've previously reviewed that has an i7 and a GTX 1070 runs everything flawlessly without issue, but it is $600 more expensive. Not everybody needs to spend that much, hence the VX15. So this has been my review of the Acer Aspire VX 15.6-inch laptop computer. Like this video if you like it, share it with your friends if you loved it. Remember to subscribe to my channel with that big huge button directly below this video. Questions and comments in the comment section. And as always, check out the video description. The first link in the video description is going to be to Amazon.com. That is where I bought this laptop, and so should you if you want the best $1,000 laptop on the market today. This video was not sponsored by Acer, which brings me to my second link down there, Patreon. Do you like my videos, my reviews? Do you like my unbiased look at technology? The vast majority of things on my channel that I review, I buy myself. A few things are provided by manufacturers, all of which will be noted at the end of every video. This was purchased by me. I really do think this is a very nice value for the money. So the link to my Patreon account will be down there, and if you want to support my channel and see more videos like this, more unboxings, reviews, how-to guides, comparison videos, please consider supporting my channel. $1, $5, anything you can give is greatly appreciated, and every single dollar goes directly back into the channel to make more videos for you. Finally, linked down in the video description below will be the full playlist on this computer, all of which I've already filmed, but I'll publish over several days. First boot, Windows setup, Windows performance review, and multiple live game demos where I actually show you what the performance of games look like and not just put up a bunch of charts and say, yeah, sure, it all looks great. I will show you what the games look like played on this machine. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.